Good afternoon. This is House Judiciary Committee. It is the 23rd of March, 2023. We have mostly Senate cross-file bills. I'm going to ask Laura Addis from the Office of the State Treasurer to come on up, and we'll do Senate Bill 150. And what I've been doing is leading off with my understanding that this is in the same position as it left the House. Is that correct? All right, and so you like it that way?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you want to give the 20-second version of what the bill does?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, and members of the committee. My name is Laura Addis. I'm the Deputy Treasurer for Public Policy, and I'm pinch hitting today for Treasurer Davis. I want to thank you for your support of House Bill 394. That's the identical cross-file, which passed the House by a vote of 135 to 1. This is the bill, you'll remember, that alters a notice provision in the Maryland Tort Claims Act to give us more flexibility and shift away from certified mail to email and regular mail. We would respectfully request a favorable report.
All right. Does anybody have any deep and insightful questions about a bill that we've passed in exactly the same posture? Seeing none, we thank you very much, and that concludes the testimony on Senate Bill 150. We'll go now. I keep wanting to use the gavel during these. We're going to go to Senator Bailey, and then we'll go to Senator Beidel right after that. Senator Bailey now for Senate Bill 74. And Senator, I believe that this is in the same posture as Delegate Simmons's bill that crossed over from the House.
That is correct, Mr. Chairman, it is.
And do you want to give the very brief version of what the bill does?
I can.
Great.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the Judiciary Committee, Senator Bailey for the record, representing St. Mary's, Calvert, District 29. Senate Bill 74 is identical to the House Bill 483, which was sponsored by Delegate Simmons, and it passed this committee and the House of Delegates earlier this session. It is in the exact same form as that bill. I thank you for your consideration and respectfully request a favorable report on Senate Bill 74 and would stand for any questions.
Does anyone have any deeper, insightful questions on a bill that we passed exactly the same way? Seeing none, we thank you very much for making the trip. Have a safe trip back across the street.
Thank you very much.
That concludes Senate Bill 74. Senator Beidel has two bills. Two bills. My goodness, I don't know. The whole committee. Ooh.
I didn't hear that, so it's probably better I didn't, right?
No, it's fine. You're doing all right.
Thank you very much.
Senate Bill 99. It's, I believe, in the same posture as the bill that Delegate Bartlett sent out.
Absolutely, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. For the record, Pam Beidel. It is an identical bill, and it passed your House unanimously and passed the Senate unanimously, and I just ask for your favorable support.
All right. Any questions that you'd like to ask Senator Beidel about the delegates from her district or anything else relevant to this bill? Which one is your favorite delegate?
Anne Arundel County is well represented in your committee, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
All right. We'll take that answer. Any further questions? Seeing none, that concludes the testimony for Senate Bill 99. Senate Bill 185. Let's try not to get her in any more trouble. All right. I believe that this is in the same posture as the bill that we sent from the House. Is that correct?
You did. Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee for hearing Senate Bill 185. For the record, Pam Beidel. The gun center bill is in exactly the same posture as it left the House and the Senate. There are no amendments. It was unanimous in the Senate, 47-0, and of course it passed the House 124-13. Same posture. Thank you.
All right. Any questions for Senator Delegate Bartlett has a question. You're in trouble.
But seriously, though.
Don't go there.
Good to see you, Senator.
Thank you. Delegate Bartlett can ask me that on April 11th. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator. That concludes the testimony on Senate Bill 185. We're now going to Senate Bill, I see Senator Hester. Come on up. Senate Bill 253. And I believe this is in the same posture as the bill that we sent from the House. Looking at Delegate Cardin. I think it's in the same posture?
It is in the same posture.
All right. If you'd like to give a brief overview of what it does, that'll be great.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Senator Katie Frey-Hester. Senate Bill 253 will enable county registers of wills to accept any document electronically except for a will. It's identical to HB 244 and passed unanimously.
Questions for Senator Hester? Seeing none, we thank you very much. Thanks for visiting the House Judiciary Committee.
Thank you so much for
All
having me.
right. Thank you. And now we're out of senators. Oh, we'll bring the witness in. Senate Bill 342, they're going to be testifying virtually. We'll bring them in. Judge Jacobuski, you there?
I am here. Good afternoon, Chairman.
All right. My understanding is that Senate Bill 342 is in the same posture as what we passed earlier this session. Is that correct?
That is correct, and thank you for passing it.
And it would create one more circuit court judgeship in Baltimore County?
Correct.
All right. And that they did a study and they demonstrated that there was a need for another circuit court judge in Baltimore County.
Exactly.
All right. Does anybody have any questions so that we can let the judge go back onto the bench and do her job and everything else? All right. Seeing none. Your Honor, we don't mean to be disrespectful. We know your time is valuable, and we thank you very much for being here. That concludes the testimony on Senate Bill 342. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your help in this case. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
I will go back to work.
Okay. Anybody want a postponement or something?
No, I'm in the middle of a jury trial, so.
Oh, God. Okay. Goodbye. See you later.
Bye.
Nice to see you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
That was awful. All right. Jeez, that's fine. We're looking for Senators Sidnor, West, and McKay are walking over. That is not Senator Sidnor, West, or McKay. I don't know.
Chair, I would like to point out that Glen Burnie High School baseball beat Poly on Tuesday evening 7-5. I couldn't find you yesterday to let you know that. Rule favorable. This is the day. This is the day.
Wow. So great. So happy for that. So we're in a bit of a court's indulgence moment. We're going to stare out the window here a little bit and look for Senator Sidnor. All right, so we're going to just turn off the mics for a second. We will stay on the live stream. We will be with you in just a moment. We are waiting for three senators to walk across the street, and Delegate Schmidt is, in fact, looking out the window for them. So that's great. Thank you. All right. Is there a motion for an unfavorable on Senate Bill 792? All right. We did not move this bill, correct? 792? We did not move this bill, but we're about to, I think, move something. All right, Senate Bill 792, so we have to have more of a hearing. Senate Bill 792, go ahead, Senator West.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and it's nice to see so many old friends around the table, and as well as some new ones as well. Hey, Senator, or excuse me, Delegate Tomlinson, I'm talking about you here. I'm here to present Senate Bill 792. This passed 46-0 on the floor of the Senate. You are about, apparently, to vote later this afternoon on House Bill 755. The bills are identical. So I'm here to request that when you vote on House Bill 755, you also vote on Senate Bill 792. I could discuss the bill if you'd like, but sure. So this bill really does two things. It's almost like a twinned bill. The first is recognized registered domestic partnerships. Some people don't want to get married, but they're partners, domestic partners. And currently, the estate laws don't relate to them. There's nothing in the estate laws that deals with the domestic partners. So this enables domestic partners to register their partnership with the local Register of Wills. And then once they've done that, they will be treated as if they were married in the event of an intestacy. And so it treats domestic partners in the same way as husbands and wives. That's the one thing the bill does. The other thing the bill does is the purpose of intestacy laws is to try to provide for treatment of intestacy situations in the same way that people who have made wills most often provide for their own situations, so that the intestacy treatment would not be jarringly different from what people are doing who are actually making wills. And this means that as people change their will-making decisions over time, the intestacy laws ought to also change with them, so that, the intestacy laws pretty much mirror what people are doing who are actually making wills. So there are a couple of minor changes to the intestacy laws in this bill to update them. This is a bill brought to us by the Estates and Trust section of the State Bar Association, which worked hard on it, and I was pleased to introduce it. For example, the old terms were legitimate child and illegitimate child. This bill uses more appropriate terminology to refer to them. And then there are other more complicated provisions I could get into if you'd like, but I'm going to confuse people if I do. So why don't I stop there and take questions?
Any questions with regard to the bill? Delegate Kaufman.
Could you please, for the benefit of the committee, define intestacy, please?
Yes, an intestacy situation is when someone dies without a will.
Oh, when you die intestate. Okay.
When you die intestate, you've left no will, and therefore the state law has to provide how your assets are going to be distributed to various people who might have claim on them.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that complimentary legal education, Senator.
Happy to do it.
Everybody gets a CLE on the committee. All right. Any further questions? Delegate Young?
Mr. Chair, isn't this the bill that my aunt came by when they were getting married? Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I hope that means I get a favorable vote.
Sure. Any further questions? As we tried to kill a little more time before a senator showed up, other than Senator West, but no dice. But thank you. We're happy to see you. And
I'll be back.
That's fine. That concludes the bill hearing on Senate Bill 792.
Thanks so much.
Two more bill hearings. Senate Bill 106, Senate Bill 385, and we are waiting for Senators Sidnor and McKay. So what we are going to do is again turn the audio off for the feed, and we are going to wait for when the senators arrive, and we will come right back. So thank you very much. All right, actually, you can put me back on. I need to be unmuted. There we go. All right. Senator McKay is about to enter the room. And unless he got lost. I don't think we need music. Senator McKay. All right, Senator McKay is here on Senate Bill 385. I don't believe we sent over a House version of this bill, so go ahead and tell us what the Senate bill does, please.
Bill 591.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right, we did this one. I beg your pardon, but go ahead.
Your
Did
committee
we pass it? We passed this bill in the same posture as the House?
Exactly the same, sir.
Exactly the same? You want to give 5 seconds as to what the bill does?
Certainly. It just extends the waiver fee for the recording of the order of restitution in all courts of the state. So to ensure that receiving a restitution due to judgment by a court will not have to pay the fee to record that order.
All right, you had a somewhat suspect House sponsor, I think, on this bill, is that correct?
I don't want to.
I think it was the minority leader.
It was, and I'd rather not comment. I'd like my bill to pass.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Any questions? Any questions for Senator McKay? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, committee.
Have a safe trip back. Now we are just waiting for Senator Sidnor. Just. So we will be right back with you again in a moment. Thank you. The last bill on this list, Senate Bill 106, and Senator Sidnor. We had to wait for Senator Sidnor to come over here. Is this bill in the same posture as the House bill that passed also on this issue?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting. All right. You want to give a quick short version of what the bill does?
Sure. If I can just, or I could just say that most of y'all voted for this and it came into the House. Voted favorably from the House. Essentially, what the bill does is it protects a certain amount of money, $500, for people who are having their wages garnished, and we want to make certain that people whose bank accounts aren't just taken down to zero. So it's a consumer protection bill that you all heard and passed, and I would just ask that you move favorably on it.
Questions? Questions for Senator Sidnor?
I like that.
Seeing none, we thank you very much for coming across the street and seeing
Thank you
us.
for waiting for me. Yeah, one of the other committees was a little.
Okay. Oh, that's so sad.
They weren't slow. I just had a lot of questions.
All right. We need 10. What time is it? 1:45? Just do, yeah, okay. We're going to vote at 1:45. We'll vote at 1:45 here, so 13 minutes will give staff the time that they need to do what they need to do. We will be right back. Thank you.